Hey, it's your favorite sexologist and relationship coach, your girl, Candy J. Today is Marriage Monday. Can you say it with me? Marriage Monday. Okay, so let's talk about triggers. Dun dun dun. Cue music here. What are triggers? They are something that sets off your memory or make you have flashbacks of certain events, right? So they're usually activated through one of your five senses, sight, sound, touch, smell, taste, right? So let's think about it in this way. A sight could be an object, a person, a place. Have you ever had that moment where you're just like, oh, there's Papa John's. That's where we used to go on Fridays. And it wasn't a good feeling. It was, oh God, I remember this relationship type feeling, right? So that's what we mean by sight. What about sound? It could be a bang, it could be crying, it could be a car door closing, it could be a glass falling, and it triggers that moment where your partner or significant other was a victim of domestic violence, and there was a glass thrown over her head, and that crash, reminds her of that time when she tried to kill him. Let's talk about touch, standing too close, the way someone approaches you. Have you ever just touched somebody really quickly on their hand and they flinch? Or you touch them on their shoulder and they flinch? And it's because it's a trigger of a certain memory. I can think of a client that I was talking to about her domestic violence situation, and she said she couldn't have her husband touch her on her arm because this is where this other person used to punch into her arm, and that was the only place that he liked to punch. That's the only place that he wanted to do damage to her. So he would punch on her arm. So anytime that her and her husband would be play fighting or whatever, and it playful, he knew he could not touch her arm in that manner because it would send all of these memories flooding back, and it would be kind of like PTSD. Smell, the scent of someone's cologne or perfume or a food that you guys used to eat together. Jerk chicken does it for a friend of mine because that was the only meal that her abuser wanted. So you got to think about all of these different triggers. There's also taste, alcohol. Y'all used to drink alcohol together, and it was a trip down memory lane when that father would come home drunk and talk about or do things to the family members in the household. So whether it's a romantic trigger or just a family trigger, you have to know your partner's triggers. And it's so important on how you deal with those triggers. Some people don't even realize that they have those triggers until in the very moment that they have them. So tonight's homework, guys, is to sit down and talk to your significant other about those sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste that you think that maybe, just maybe a trigger for them, and have a healthy conversation about ways that you can help them move on from those triggers. And of course, if you need any help, here I am. It's your girl, Candy J. This has been Marriage Monday.